a dog paw. Huh! I didn't mean to do that. I want one more thing on here. Let's see. Where will it hold it best? Probably, yeah. And yep. You know, it's shaped just like the Nuggie. It's got a dog paw on the front. That is fucking cool. It's even shaped like a steak. For a dog. Or for a human. And I got my piece of meteorite. This is my stone it from my home world. It's called, I forget, but it's green, it's mossy, and it's not from this world. Morganite, something like that. I don't know where all my little trinkets fell off to, my other ones. But now it's gonna protect my piece there. All right, it's nice and cool. Time to get to work. Yeah, what are we doing, huh? See if I can stick this in the bench. Oh, almost in the tablet. That would have been bad. Okay, so we got drill rivets for the seat holders, prep ceiling, a couple spots to cut, get a measurement, see how much attachment I gotta add to the old roof, get something added to the old roof, whether it's all of the pieces that I'm gonna use, and, you know, I fully do it and just get it up there, or just get it up there. And I need to finish marking the back of that cab, see where I gotta cut it, other than the back out, obviously. That back's gonna have to come out, but oh well, it's a beautiful thing. Creation, guys. I'm an artist. That's all I am. I mean, I've just been lost my entire life running in the criminal world. I ran right to the top too, you know. Right hand of the OG every damn time. Working for him or his buddy. Prison. Because I earned it. I didn't earn life though. Thank the Lord. I didn't have to serve life. But I worked 20 hours worth of years the last 10 years of working. 80-hour work weeks isn't a joke for me. That's what I did. You guys are watching it here. I'll work 16 hours a day, no problem at all. But that's because my truck's down and I need it back. I don't like to work as much. It was just my ADD meds. I haven't been able to stay up late. I'm focused and going all day long. So when bed hits, I'm normally dead by 10. Right now I'm pretty tired. But I'm gonna keep going because I got a few things I wanna get done tonight. First off, clean up my mess from goofing off. Blow all these little silver pieces away. Yeah, if I'm gonna care about collecting shavings and stuff like that, because shavings are cool. I love silver. So everything about silver I love. It's just divinity, you know? Gold is kind of evil. Start wars. You know, here. Ransom, weight in gold. Well, I guess they do say gold and silver sometimes. Silver just seems pure, you know? Silver bells. Silver bells. Bill don't know his singing doesn't smell. It doesn't smell. He's gonna get a career in the city singing. No? Yeah, I don't really want it. So, shall we get back to work, guys? I dropped the hammer. Badass thing is that those little wood handle ones, those are wood carvers. And they will just fine, I believe, carve that 99.9 that I have hidden away in a hoard somewhere. Yeah, they wanted me to. Somebody recently asked me where I can go sell it. I said, anywhere that buys silver. Once all my car parts are listed and sold, all the work's done. I pay myself as he allows it, the big man upstairs, guys. That's what I told this person. If you want to come out here and list all this stuff for sale for me, I'll gladly give you 33% of it. One time it was my daughter, she was in the silver, you know, but she was asking me recently how to sell her silver. I told her I'd just buy it back. No matter how she does it, she's making a profit because she's gonna pay $20 for 2.5 grams, 2.5 ounces. But what was that? Yeah, used all my car parts, and then we'll talk. Yeah, then we'll talk. But till then. Yeah, the silver is my emergency fund. It's jewelry. It's the next. I'm not gonna be a mechanic my entire life. I will work on stuff my entire life, you know. But the mobile mechanics, the doing mechanics, working on other people's cars. I've been doing that my entire life, on top of working 60 to 80 hours a week. And this is since 17, 18 years old, except for the time I was down in prison, and then the winters I would take off pretty much. But that was full pay and I would get another job, so it's like I was getting paid twice. I loved it. That was the only time I felt like I was getting paid what I was worth. Well, other than when the robot company was sending me around. I paid $5 grand a weekend, $2,500 a day. So once you've ever made a day, it went down to $500 a day after the first two emergency ones. So $500 a day, that's good pay. Especially you get to fly around. I gotta go to Oklahoma. I gotta go to. You didn't get to see much of the football fields, soccer fields, you know, the robots. I went out there to teach and train how to change the motors because it has 2 motors in them. Drive like a tank, you know. When it turns, this motor stops, that one goes. So if one motor stops, they don't paint fields no more. And those robots are 50 grand a piece. And they were selling them like, I understood why they could pay me that much. And I was the only one brave enough to jump into it and tell them they were breaking. You get a $50,000 robot at work. Do you dare take it apart? See how it works? I don't modify that stuff, but I take, yes, if my leader allows it. Oh, thank you, Candy, by the way, yes. I mean, they're pretty much RC cars. Here, I'll show you. It's this one. Right here. The intelligent one. One of the first painting robots. I worked for that company as a contractor. $2,500 a day the first 2 weekends, then $500 a day all the weekends after that. Wrote a book, wrote a repair book, repair manual, whole 9 yards. Like, I can do any and everything. That's why I tell everybody they can do everything they set their minds to, because I can do it. And not many people dropped out as early as I did. But I'm trained, and I realized, you know, after I did it and made all my mistakes, that wisdom was everything. So I have been working 80 hours a week, but I have also been listening to books and reading and watching YouTube videos like a junkie. If you're watching this like a junkie like I used to, stop! It's not why I'm on here. I got out of RC cars because I said, what the fuck am I doing? I got $25,000 to $50,000 worth of parts and cars from these last 5 years. You know what I could build with that much money? I didn't go do that. I did sell it all and buy me a cheap truck, like $800, but I turned that truck into a bad bitch. I normally refurbish and upgrade a little bit, not build, create. But I didn't have God in my life before. It's easy to create when you know you're safe. Even in the real world, you may not be. You may be living in your vehicle any day. It's easy. I've been through worse. I've went without eating. I've slept in my truck. I've slept under my truck on a little mound because the roof leaked. And that was with my dog, Annie. I slept with my truck in the middle of winter with my dog on top of me. I slept on my truck right over here, right after they booted me on the canal with, oh yeah, I had Annie, I could give her back to my grandparents. And, you know, the po-po show up and I'd had my brake lines cut just earlier that week. Thank you, Lord. But it was all worth it. I would redo it all, except for the dropping out of school. I would attempt to not fight back with my authority, disablement or whatever off the bat for authority against it. And yeah, it's a fact. I can, you know, now revert when somebody tells me to do something. If it's a cop or something like that, I can revert. I no longer go from 0 to 1,000. But it's taken so much training and so much hurt and so many bridges burnt. Learn from my mistakes. Slow down. Enjoy everything you have. If you've earned it already, start enjoying it. But keep earning your empire. I realized early in this, you know, doing mobile mechanics while I was building his truck, I would, you know, not have enough, would do a job, cover it, because he paid a deposit, and that was it. So all the upgrades and everything along the way, you know, as it became from fix my brakes to, it was going to be a total overhaul. It was a total overhaul of the front and rear axle. And the whole frame except right in the middle. Power washed over 100 hours. Get all the oil and grease from the 250,000 miles the truck has on it. 238,000. It's that 12-valve diesel my father-in-law's that. Yeah, he was with me when it, you know, all for it. Loved the idea of starting my business, getting us some tools, and but yeah, his kids didn't like how so what they'd done is it's just the world I live in. Okay. His kids borrow his broken truck, even though I tell them it's broken. Don't borrow. The brakes don't work, dummy. You're gonna wreck and die. Well, they borrow it anyway, and they break it worse. I actually had to go out and put a choke cable on it, and the old man paid me $175. Mobile Mechanics paid me to go fix his truck for his son. That's the great man he is. And that was cash up front. Serpentine belt, things were broke, and the choke cable. Shortly thereafter, it was another $150 when he was borrowing it again. After it was repaired, this was this spring. That's why we have stuff to cover our family. But not for our family to think they own and they're going to tell us what to do with. No, that's not what it's all for. Yeah, I started just brakes. And then he started working with me and we paint that. And just like I got all my skills, thanks to him. For the most part, it's, you think you can fix that, Billy? Because he used to call contractors before me. I did as much as I could when I was working 80 hours a week. Like his truck, I did a wiring, whole wire harness, many oil changes, 2 starters, and this is all while working full time, plus 40 hours, 2 jobs pretty much. And the thing is I'm so disabled when it comes to fucking money and wanting to make my family happy. I just gave them all the money and I spent all the money and I just went and worked for more, killing myself. Don't do it. Get somebody smart to assist you. That's why I will not go to work right now. I may work again very soon, but I need someone in my life that can assist in managing my fucking money. Because I've watched a fortune. I look back at it, and that's one of the things that makes me sick. You know how much you gotta eat to get to 400 pounds when you're meant to be this size? You know what kind of addiction that is? It's sick. And my people, if my grandpa was around, he would have slapped me fucking silly. If the old man, you know, my buddy's dad that I took in, along with his 2 kids I adopted, he would have slapped me silly. Hell, if Emily was here, she'd slap me silly. She's good money. She came from, you know, my oldest daughter, when I adopted, she came from my world. Unfortunately, you know, when I rescued her, that house, my old man's house, my buddy's dad's house, was a crack den. She was in danger. I just went in. There was no asking. It was, let's go. Grab whatever you can. I'll come back and get your shit later. That's what I do. I wish I wasn't working 80 hours a week and I'd have fucking seen it sooner. I ain't never letting that happen to my people ever again. Best believe it. I apologize, Emily, Jaden, that I didn't see it sooner after hearing what happened. Never did legally adopt them. It was Corona. It all started right as Corona hit. I safe havened them. I don't use the word just. I safe havened them. They're my children as much as Alyssa is. People are what this world's about. Not the money. Money makes it nice. You get better resources. I could have this done if I had money. I'd have had bars and new sheet metal bender, but I don't need money. I was telling my buddy earlier, my brother from the church. I'll make anything I need. Or if I can't make it, I will go earn the money. Now I am smart enough to, is it faster for me to make this O2 sensor or faster for me to go over to Harbor Freight and spend $30? What's my time worth? What's your time worth? You know, if you're just hanging out with your father-in-law, yeah, fuck yeah, make that wrench. What the hell was that? That's a weird noise. Oh, neighbors. Anyway. You know, you're hanging out with family, make the wrench. But as I figured this out, I was juggling mobile mechanics, I was juggling my paperwork, I was juggling trying to keep track of my books. It makes me. Give me a minute. And my wife got laid off. So I'm like, wow. No, didn't work out. She's working now. She got better insurance, and I'm fixed now. So there are no accidents. But me and my old lady, we're not meant to work together. That's all there is to that. Unfortunately. I love her to death. I love her around, but nope. There's working types, and she's meant to be my manager, and it's not supposed to talk about. We just don't communicate. Married, 20s, didn't really date. I never dated. Okay. Tanya in Arctic Circle. And her. And one prostitute when me and my brother James were pimping. Oh, and his wife. The one bros hoe I did. And that went against my code, but I was loaded, drunk. I didn't drink back then, I was a kid. Right after I left the city, right as I got hooked on crack the first time. I had a leader then too. Mark Smith. He's gone. Love you, Mark. Thank you. I wish I'd have listened to you and came back. That would have been nice. I wouldn't have had to go through everything I went through, but there are no accidents, guys. I made the choice to live with the consequences. I stayed in the area though. Made a great and bad name for myself. The hardest worker you'll ever meet. But in my world, you go from 400 pounds to this. No ADD medications. Like I said, I started those last September. But the Vyvanse built all this. It made it where I could get through the books and start my business, but it was too much on my own. I don't have the education. I started getting straight F's in 6th grade because I stopped trying. I stopped doing the work. So straight F's is technically when I dropped out. Think about it. I don't know why I can't work and talk like this. That'd be nice. Maybe I'll do work videos and then just record these and put them over the top of videos. But I've lived many lives. I'm a mimic. Higher IQ than the average, I guess. The IQ tests. I have no clue what the numbers mean. It's all just apps and IQ net and 129 is where I average. But I can't spell. I mean, I can when I slow down. And the weed slows me down. Lost me my job, gets me judged by my family, my wife, but it's medication. If I didn't have it, I don't think I'd be where I'm at. All the great Lord. Lose a city career of 9 years, 8 years in a row. They'd have took me out of there in a body bag if that didn't happen. I wasn't lying. I would have left that place on a stretcher. Working is what I do, as you guys see. I'm learning to show who I am and talk and all that fun, great stuff. Working, when I'm reading my Bible, I have to have music blaring. If I have music blaring, I feel it better. I remember it, I read it easier. So when I was driving tractor, see, I would literally be driving tractor 1.5 miles an hour, deep tining aerating. Takes over 4 hours to do one soccer, one football field. Back and forth, turn around, back and forth. I would be driving the tractor, watching YouTube, listening to a book or a movie, and usually had a fidget spinner in my hand too, or an ice cream Snickers, or a massive amount of calories. And my nickname was Ice Cream Snickers and Gummy Bear. I have no teeth, and I was fat as fuck, but I own it. Everything I am. Even then, I didn't take no shit. The one fight I lost 5 times. Dude knocked me down, I got right back up, went right back at him. Bad thing is, I had just polished off a 5th of whiskey to myself because the club wasn't gonna let me in with it. So I was, well, buddy, BAM! As he knocks me out, and I get back up, and my buddy's wife is trying to jump in, so my buddy has to get hurt. I felt like I got hit by a bus. It didn't hurt as bad as all this, but my pussy ass did go to the doctor. Get on some morphine. They got cracked a rib. I had a boot print on my chest. He stomped on me. I got up so many times. His buddy finally talked to me to get in the car, and they drove across the parking lot. They were drug dealers. I was talking to the wrong people. You know. My perception is that give people the benefit of the doubt. He looked like a friendly guy. I was saying hi, flirting. That's what I do. So I've gotten as far as that. That's why I got 400 contacts on my damn phone. But 300 of them when I left the city. When you leave a job like that, especially for a failed drug test, it's all rumor. And none of them come get the story. Maybe they'll get it off YouTube. Yeah, guys, it's a DOT card. Randomed. I wasn't on drugs. And the marijuana card was approved by my manager. I believed I did everything correctly. And when I went in and told him, he's like, I don't know. Doesn't say yes, doesn't say no. There's not a whole lot of, situations where it's happening. Well, okay, I'm a button pusher and I'm a rainbow jumper. So, Chris, I will gladly take that step. If you approve or pretend this conversation never happened, I want to do it. And if you wouldn't have hung me out to dry like you did, I would have. It would be the conversation never happened still. But fuck him, piece of shit. Just because I was being groomed to take my leader's job, and I was ready. More focused than ever. But obviously, I wasn't ready because got popped for a random drug test. Had pot in it. You're not allowed to have pot in your piss with the DOT card. Whether you drive nothing to do with DOT at all or not. No semis. You got a Class A special license where if you got a regular trailer behind a truck like this and it weighs a certain amount, endorsement bullshit. They made it like all the hoops they made. Like the training is awesome because I got never said no. And I work hard enough that everybody always requested me. First time I was at the city, all the way to this last time. So this last time, me and my leader, we were running a complex. I wasn't loan outable, but you're running a regional athletic complex, and you got hundreds of thousands of dollars of events going on in one weekend, or it's a whole month-long soccer tournament. Shit goes wrong. What happens when you call your city to come fix your stuff? They do a work order, and it takes time. Well, if you're in the middle of a damn football game, sprinkler main breaks, guess what? You're now a master plumber. You're in the middle of football season and a giant fence gets blown down. Guess what? You're now a fence maker. I do it all. And that's what my boss, my leader, she would, every year wish list, she would give me any tool I wanted because she knew that I would learn to use it, whether I knew how to use it or not. You brought a piece of equipment over, whether I actually knew how to drive it or not, I would say I knew how to drive it. Because you say you don't know how to drive it, they might not let you. I'm going to get in there and I'm going to push all them damn buttons and figure out how it works. Just like I've done in life and survived. Done great. I mean, I get judged a lot, but that's because I finally came out the closet. Not that closet. The emotional closet. The stop lying closet. Stop take down the walls closet. Stop taking everybody's bullshit. Being everybody's houseboy closet. When you're not even asking for money and you're getting in trouble and told that you're taking money. Yeah, I think you need to start charging fucking money. Because if you're gonna get a headache like that for doing shit for free, you might as well get fucking paid for it. And the way I look at it, I'm not charging my father-in-law. I'm charging his estate. It was the plan anyway, that's what I was calling it. Payment of $1 a month or pay me after he's gone. I mean, me and him didn't care. Oh, but his kids did. They seen that I could easily earn his entire estate in a summer. And I'm sure it scared him. And instead of just being a civil person and letting him go back to getting his free mechanic and his free fucking, property manager, because he was smart. He knew what he was doing. He'd buy tools, supplies, and I'd learn. We had a great thing going on. But unfortunately, he called and used wrong words with his psycho, and Next thing you know, I'm asking for money for a water heater that I bought and put in. And I did. I bought a water heater and put it in because I thought he was broke. I didn't think he had emergency fund. So I bought a water heater. I took out the old water heater. I put in the water heater and I asked nothing of it. And I never would have. And somehow it came up that get paid for your labor, Billy. Well, I don't give a fuck about labor. You want to pay me something? Pay me for the fucking water heater. I don't own this house. I don't need to invest in it. But if he's got the money to pay me for my labor, just pay me for the water heater. Because it's not the service. But yes, the parts. I'd love to get reimbursed. I don't normally lose that much in parts. Because I'd lost my job. I wasn't working. You know. I was selling off all my Xboxes, my TVs, my PlayStation. Learning to be me. I was finding my faith. I was going to every church in the fucking 10-mile area. Christian rock churches, Buddhist churches. I went to an Asian church. It's the spirit I was looking for. And it was there all along. I had it, my grandpa. It was the LDS church. But that's my community. That's the community I live in right now. So that's what worked for me. And obviously that's what made the most sense for me. It's my family. But if you're going to find God, just do it with your community. Serve with your people. That's where God's at. He's with you and connecting you to people. Could be to make money, if you want it. Could be to make cars. You know? Show everybody you can do anything with the resources you have. But that's enough. I love y'all. Because I love me. Trust you because I trust me. Go kill it. Flex on the world if you have to. Just don't get in trouble. I got kicked out of First Dev House for posturizing. Story for another day. Rock on. Love y'all. Oh. This is me before. Rainbow trying to keep up. All the spirits following me, all my guardian angels. Right on me. Me. You know, believing I'm saving the world. Captain Save a bro. Captain Save a hoe. Literally running. Teeth falling out of my mouth. Going nuts. Grenade in one hand. And I'm probably about to pick somebody else up with this one. Black and white. Except for everything around me. Till I dropped that grenade. And it blew up into a colorful fucking rainbow. It slowed me down and delivered me patience. The grenade was God, I believe. But that grenade blew up in other ways many times. But rock on. Love y'all. Have a great night.